But Kenneth Joyce has an interesting comment. If you start JJ, it'll be better for recruiting purposes. And my question to you is Jim Harbaugh essentially just delaying the inevitable? Like to me, I just don't see a path where JJ is not going to be the starting quarterback. And that's what I feel like we're doing. Like we're just delaying the inevitable because
Right.
to me if both are even, if both give you A plus games, regardless of stats and things like that, if both give you A plus games, it's going to look better from JJ. Right?
Sure.
Like I think we can all agree the
Right.
element of him running the ball, he's explosive. So if we're I don't know. Maybe that's what we're doing, but I kind of feel like we're just delaying the inevitable. What are your
Yes.
thoughts on that?
No, I mean, look. The momentum is always from the moment from the moment he committed to Michigan. The momentum of the JJ McCarthy start train has has been on the tracks, right, and it's been rolling forward. And absolutely, if JJ plays well, it's going to even enhance that even more, right? So, um, it's just it gets to the point where Harbaugh's going to probably have to make an see, I think it goes beyond just a football decision. It's probably an emotional decision as well. Because if you think about it from an intangible standpoint, Cade McNamara is the perfect quarterback for Jim Harbaugh. From an intangible standpoint, right? Especially in how Harbaugh really liked to run his offense back in the days of San Francisco and Stanford, right? He's a pro style. He's not like a very athletic kind of quarterback. Pro style, make smart decisions. Control the TOP in the run game. He fits that perfectly. Accurate with the football, sound decision maker. And so I think Harbaugh really, and he named him and the team named Cade the captain. Like I think he really likes Cade, pulls for Cade, believes in him. But this kid JJ is probably to the point where it's like I can't deny this kid no more. And I can't lose him. And he's playing well enough to the point now where it's just his time, right? So no, I mean I definitely could see that, Des. But no, I still think if Cade plays well, it's going to be like, man, like are we really benching this guy? He did absolutely nothing wrong, like nothing wrong. Didn't lose us a football game. Like even the MSU game last year, Cade played incredible. He played very well against MSU last year. Our worst loss of the season. I'm not counting Georgia. That was in the playoffs. Our worst loss in the regular season, only loss,
The only one.
Michigan State. And Cade played well. It was the defense that let this team down. Defense and questionable calls. People want to go there and all that good stuff. But so I just, man, it's incredible that we're still in this indecisive, you know, limbo area. But and let me be very clear. I don't think it's an easy decision to make, but we don't get paid to make the decision. Harbaugh does, and he needs to make one at a certain point. I'm fine with this middle ground right now. I mean, especially considering the fact of the opponents that we have. And look, I think a good way that people can look at it is kind of similar to like these first few games being like NFL preseason game, right? In college, you don't have that, but in NFL you have it. And case in point for what the Detroit Lions have done the last couple of weeks. Last week, Dan Campbell started. What's his name? David Blau. Right. I'm not going to bore everybody with this, but David Blau, and he let him start that game. The starter for the Lions, Jared Goff, is not playing in the rest of the preseason. So they're trying to determine who's going to be their definitive backup. So last week he gave David Blau the start. Right. Probably to see, okay, how does David Blau, if we know we don't have our starter going to a game, how's he prepare? How's he approach with the first string guys, right? And then this week he's going to start Tim Boyle, right, and see how he does. And that's probably just to see, well, how do both guys take starting a football game and being the guy, and in their best case to be the backup, right? So, I mean, it's not unheard of what Harbaugh is doing. It's just and it's definitely plausible, and it's not going to hurt because of how bad the opponents they're going against are. But it still is indecisiveness, and we're still in that limbo,